Well, I always like to be the entrepreneur that kind of represents the scrappy kind of American start small and build entrepreneurs who didn't go to business school. So I would say that I make a distinction between the word company and the word business. So I love the idea of building a company of human beings. And it just so happens that when I started Jeni's, the Lord of the Rings movies was like just starting to hit. And I've always been a huge Tolkien fan. When I saw those movies, it was like, this is exactly what we're doing. I mean, we're building a fellowship, a company of people. Each of us is going to have a totally different, awesome talent. And together, superpower. And then together, we're going to create something greater than the sum of our parts. We're going to get the ring to Mordor. We're going to have a vision quest, and we're going to do it. We're going to do it with these, we're going to be united by our values, and that's going to be what the company is. And sometimes I feel like, it's as simple as that. It doesn't have to be complicated. Entrepreneurship is really not complicated when you think about it in that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, you've had to do some, I'd say mission-driven things. Like you talk about a lot of the mission-driven work that you do. What do you sort of center people around right now?
Well, I think the sort of principles of entrepreneurship are not complicated. What's the hardest thing about building a company is staying true to your vision and keeping everybody kind of going in the same direction and united by the same values. Because when you build a fellowship, everybody wants, something, or everybody has like a pet project, or everybody has like a thing. And someone does have to kind of decide what gets done and what doesn't, and how and what is important for this mission. And that is what is actually the hardest thing about entrepreneurship and building a company and being a founder and being any kind of leader is keeping everybody going in the same direction and saying, no, when you have to say no, even though maybe they're great ideas, they're just not for right now. That was the work. And actually some of the failures over those early decades is like, so easy to be like, yeah, that's a great idea. And then all of a sudden, like, you're kind of bloated as a company doing so many things that aren't really helping move this fellowship toward Mordor, and so for us, those were those early years of like learning about that, but you don't realize it when you're doing it, that it's happening.
Yeah.
It's only afterward.